Today we're going to figure out together, was it good old days back in the time for puzzlers, or have things actually gotten better, you know, quality-wise, image-wise, whatever you can think of. This is the oldest puzzle in my whole collection of plus 500 puzzles. And yeah, so this is actually from 1977, which is almost 20 years before I even existed. Welcome to Puzzle with Emilia. So today indeed we're gonna do the oldest puzzle in my collection. So this is from 1977. It's from the Milton Bradley company, which actually I remember I was in the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship, and there was some question in the puzzle quiz related that they did something first. So I don't know if it's like the material of the puzzle pieces or something. Maybe you're wiser than me. Obviously, I was not very useful for my team in that puzzle quiz. But definitely yes, Milton Bradley is this one. It's called Mill in Flanders. It's 1,500 pieces. Or if you want the same in Deutsch, this is, okay, I don't know numbers in Deutsch anymore, but the 1,500 Teile, and the name is Mühle in Flandern. This picture is so not to my liking, but I'm so excited also to try it out. It's also very dusty, so I'm just curious what is actually going to be waiting for us inside. Let's go, let's get it started and figure out how it is. It's an absolutely wonderful sunshine we're having here. Who does not love uneven light, shadows and bright light when doing a puzzle? I'm just kidding, as you know. Let's take a look. All right. First of all, I do have to mention there's a price tag. So this was bought on 11th of March in 2011. Probably from a flea market or reuse center or something. And it was only €1, so yeah. The box is a bit, I mean, okay, it's not that suffered. I mean, it has survived well, I would say. All right, so you know when you sometimes get a puzzle from a person who doesn't do puzzles that much and they don't take too much care of it and it's like full of hair and stuff. So I think this is one of those. But just in case I've actually some magical way done this and it's actually my fault, no bueno if it's me. If it's somebody else's mistake, you're fine. All right? Let's go. Whoop. Okay. Ew. The stuff inside the box. I do not want to see. Ew. Okay. Well, what can you expect from a puzzle that it's like 40 over years old? All right. Lots of pieces. One thing I can say right away, so it's really hard to see what are edge pieces and what are not, because some of these look like they might be an edge piece, but I can see it's not a straight line. So definitely there is no way I would have the patience to sort out the edges out just because I cannot recognize them and I'm not used to this. So I'm probably just gonna flip. The pieces feel like they're actually pretty thick and good quality. I'm almost a little bit like surprised by the quality. Like, I don't know how bad I was expecting, but this is actually like pretty good. I can also see like, you know, I think it's quite great in detail. The colors are fine. Also kind of like matching. I love the shadowing. Kind of matching with the image. They feel quite nice, I have to say. I have to be honest here. So let's just start doing. See how it goes. What do you think about the puzzle? This one?
First of all, it's a puzzle. It is looking like a very funky puzzle. You can see over here all these different kind of pieces. Check this out. See? Funky pieces and other funky pieces, and all of them are creating a funky puzzle. Yeah.
Do you see what I almost did? I almost sorted out everything.
Yeah.
Until I came to the middle part, I just want to start puzzling, I'll just flip the rest. Yeah. Almost.
Well, you flip. You sorted and flip stuff. Yeah. Billy, are you gonna join? Yeah. Woo.
Oh my god, I do not remember when I would have had like a puzzle this long, unfinished on my table, and not just like 2 days or 5 days, but like for over a week. But I think it's gonna be finished now. Yes! It's finished, finally! Okay, so this is what I think. The quality indeed is a bit ancient, but it's not that bad. Like I have a lot of puzzles from early 2000, from the 90s couple, and they're like no good at all. You can see there is not one single piece missing. I just feel like it has survived time so well. Obviously, yeah, a bit dirty, but there isn't, for example, like a broken pieces. Okay, maybe a couple. Like this is probably the best example of a broken piece, and it's not much. So excellent. If we think about like how, can I now say durable? This is durable, yes. And the puzzle pieces, obviously it's not random cut. It's not really what I'm used to. So I think there is a lot of these kind of pieces which are more regular. I guess people have a different names for this, like ins and out or knobs and holes. But there is a lot of these pieces that don't have like a in or out. And I actually found this actually even maybe a little bit more helpful than the regular pieces, because these are easy to connect. It's a match or it's a no match. But because the pieces are loose with the ins and outs, you're not 100% sure if it actually goes there. I wouldn't say that there was false fits in this puzzle, but you know, because of the looseness, you sometimes kind of like question yourself. But with these, you don't have to question yourself. So that was kind of like a help. The house was definitely the easiest part. And then I was kind of doing the green things, well, not right after, but obviously they were kind of like least pieces after that. The water was kind of like the hardest, but it also had one of the easiest parts, which would be like this, working on this like a white parts over here as well, kind of like doing the framing or the lines between separate areas. The sky was just, it's a bit gradient, but it was a bit hard. Also, I didn't feel too much glare from the pieces, and obviously I've been working on this in multiple different lights, times of a day, moving the table around the house. So that was not a problem for me, but obviously I haven't really found that as a problem with a lot of puzzles that other people say, so you may have a different opinion on that if you would do this. But let's be honest here, if this would have been one of my first puzzles, I would have never become a puzzle hobbyist, yet alone a speed puzzler. Like that would have never happened. And I actually have some supporting memories for this. What do I mean? I have to admit that I may have done this puzzle before. Now the thing is, if you have watched one of my first videos where I tell you that I started in 2022, and just doing a couple of puzzles, and I haven't really never done puzzles as a hobby for my life, but I do remember as a kid I used to do a couple of puzzles, and especially like these kind of like old ones from my granny's house, but I remember that was like before the age of like 12. and it was just a few puzzles. But quite frankly, as I already mentioned, this was bought in 2011 if we trust the price tag that has a date on it. So that would mean that I've been at least 15 years old when I've done it. But I'm still not, I would say I'm 90% sure, but I had such a deja vu doing this building over here. So I'm like pretty sure I must have done this. And it would also make sense why the pieces were just loosely inside of the packaging instead of being in a bag or something. One could say that obviously, you have done so many puzzles, so of course they start feeling similar, but obviously I haven't done that much old puzzles, and also I've never had any deja vu with any other puzzle, so I don't think that's the case here. And I got a feeling that this actually might be one of literally like the last puzzle I have done before I found puzzles as a hobby. That's actually very interesting, and I don't wonder why I never started doing puzzles like after doing this. Obviously now I can just take it as kind of like a practice, and I was also kind of like enjoying it obviously because I'm better now, so it's not that like painful. I don't like this type of images. But I will definitely do some more old puzzles, maybe go to the reuse center. I'm currently on my off season, so to say, as a speed puzzler, so there's plenty of this kind of puzzles I'm going to do. Comment below what is your oldest puzzle in your collection. Remember to also give thumbs up for the video, subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and once you subscribe you also have the opportunity to join as a channel member for my speed up coaching if you're a speed puzzler. Anyway, that's all. See you next time. Bye bye.